one of the most giving people I've met. Very selfless. I still think, my opinion, I still think the idea of you taking a science and putting it with an art and putting it together was genius. Just me. I don't know if some of y'all probably think the same, but I just say it out loud. Good friend, right? I've known him these last few years, Big John, even though he's still his fan, trying to convert him subliminally. I'm trying to convert him, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't know it, but I've been sliding little hints in. Let me bring up awesome host, wait a minute. Long-running host of Cafe Gathering, two places. So it was 50-50 North Lincoln at first.
It was first at the cafe, and now it is at Gallery Cabaret. It started by David Griffin at Cafe Aloha in December 1996.
What she said. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Janet Kuypers. Janet Kuypers. Let's go do it. I don't think Kuypers has ever been done with a megaphone. I don't think it makes somebody check the Guinness or something. Okay.
Hello. Anybody who knows me through has been like really crappy. And I know that there's no microphone here, so I have to get a megaphone to try to pull this off. So I hope you can hear me. Forgive me. And thank you. Yes, I decided I was going to do fairy tale pieces, and these are a couple pieces that I've read in past features. So I'm going to say something about the first before saying that the first one is number 92, and it was done as a feature of mine at a venue in Evanston last August, and the other one is number 88, I believe, yes, 88, and I did it in the Poetry Bomb just this year as a Lincoln Arts. Now I've got the purpose. Now here are the poems. This one is 92, and it is Uranium. The sun really is an explosive thing, with primarily hydrogen reacting with helium, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. We can think of hydrogen bombs and understand why the sun has been able to keep us so warm at such a far distance for so long. But because we've got a powerhouse at the center of our solar system, the sun actually can even support the heavier elements like gold and uranium. The element uranium is named after the planet Uranus, the only planet named after the Greek mythology for the god of the sky. Its aqua blue hue matches the sky from its methane atmosphere. With fluctuating seasons from its 97-degree axis tilt, this potentially dangerous planet matches the metal element's danger to us here on Earth. So yeah, it makes sense that we use the elements like uranium or hydrogen, elements the sun feeds off of, to cause so much destruction so close to home. From hydrogen bombs to the U.S. and the USSR and third world countries looking for uranium for nuclear bombs, even to depleted uranium in military ammunition as high-density penetrators, we'll still look for ways to kill each other with the elements at our disposal. You know, I was thinking about this before and wondering why this planet has gone through mass extinctions every 26 million years or so. We've had upwards of 5 extinctions in this planet's history, from dinosaurs to reptiles to 96% of marine life at one mass extinction event. And scientists can only guess that comets traveling through space around these cause these mass extinctions, but nobody knows for sure. But some scientists theorize that if comets have long orbits, hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, that a twin star to our sun can have an orbit even more immense. And think of it. Imagine our sun actually having an undetected companion star with a highly elliptical orbit. Theorists have called this as of yet undetected red dwarf nemesis. And it would be our nemesis with an orbit so large it would periodically send comets from the Oort cloud into the inner solar system, say every 26 million years. And it's funny to think that if this were true, this Death Star theory, our nemesis, this that dwarf star would travel through space, but still be so undetectable to us because it wouldn't even have the energy to hold on to heavier elements like uranium. And if this nemesis was a brown dwarf star, it would then be too low in mass to even sustain hydrogen fusion. But still, with just the right orbit, it could send smaller comet soldiers our way to let the little infantrymen do us in. So, as I said before, we'll keep pointing our telescopes to the night sky, trying to keep ourselves safe beyond our global borders. Well, we use these same elements, like uranium, so that we can threaten each other out of existence in our little skirmishes right here on Earth. Thank you. This one, I'll do for down on the periodic table for radium. Women got jobs picking luminescent radium on clock dials. These radium girls would lick the tips of the brushes to get a finer point for painting the radium onto these clocks. And some of these women painted the radium on their fingernails or even on their teeth. But before the Great Depression began, 5 radium girls started getting sores, anemia, bone fractures, necrosis of the jaw, and even cancer. Because when it's ingested, the body treats radium like calcium. So the radium went straight to their bones. So they sued the Radioluminous Material Corporation for damages because the radium was doing them in. In an effort to avoid liability, the Radioluminous Material Corporation even tried to suggest that the radium girls actually had syphilis. Really? That's what they said. So although the corporation was very, very careful to not expose themselves to radium, they apparently didn't have the same concern for their own employees. So the radium girls may now be known for bringing on labor laws, but scientists, 5 years after the cases were settled, could still measure radium in the exhaling of one of the painted employees. I wonder if there was enough radium in their breath to give these radium girls a radioactive glow, because at one point, radium was even added to toothpastes and hair creams because people believed radium had curative powers. Imagine going to a spa with radium-rich water, because if you tell anything to people in just the right way, you'll be amazed at what people will believe.